Phase 4, in which the mechanicals practice their play. It is now Friday evening. The forest, without the town, is the location for a torchlight rehearsal. Breathe in the intoxicating scent of the Elizabethan age. Observe the wondrous beauty of the unique Athenian flora. Behold the enchanting sounds of our magical woodland setting.
Wait for me!
I can't see a thing. Look out for spiders!
Ooh, pretty.
Hey.
Now where is Bottom?
Is this the Duke's Oak?
What a funny name.
The Duke's Oak.
No. Bottom.
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 Oi, bottom.
What did he be called if he went? What would he be called if he went swimming in the ocean? Bottom of the sea.
If he were under leaves, he'd be bottom of the heap. What was he throwing at school?
Bottom of the class!
Yeah.
What would he be called if he was a statue?
Rock Bottom.
What dance would he do? Black Bottom. What would he be called if he was stretched out on a rack?
Rat bottom.
No,
Long Bottom.
what would he do if he ran out of smokes?
Bottom.
What would he do if he had the chicken pox? Spotty bottom. What would he do if he stepped into a carpet? Pooey bottom. What would he do if he did a poo? Smelly bottom. I'm gonna shit myself. Oh yeah.
What did his mother say to the neighbours when he was born? You want to kiss my little butt?
Oh, everybody on three. Bottom. 1, 2, 3.
Bottom, where hast thou been? We have looked for thee from top to bottom.
Bottom of the morning today, bottom.
Ah, I see I'm the butt of your feet.
Dear Bottom.
Enough.
I'm so glad you've arrived. We were getting behind.
Bottom, 'tis late. We can see Uranus.
No, it's not, it's Mars.
Bottom, a word in your rear.
Bottom! A word in your bottom!
Sweet Bottom.
Petite bottom.
Woolly bottom! Woolly bottom!
Nice Bottom. Nay, Bottom, stay Bottom.
Enough of your wisecrack.
Come, we jest. Here's to your health.
Thank you very much. Bottoms up! Are we all next?
Pat, oh, Pat. And here's a marvellous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, and this hawthorn break our tiring house. And we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
We're quits.
What sayest thou, bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Black, and that's a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put him out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue.
Will not the ladies be afeard the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to look to yourselves. For to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there's not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living. We ought to consider with it.
Therefore, another prologue must say he's not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there is two hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Prologue?
Oh! Does the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
Yes! It doth shine that night!
Yes.
Why then we may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Right, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say that he comes to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. Oh, what say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall, and let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny may Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come sit, every mother's son, rehearse your part. Pyramus, you begin when you have spoken your speech, enter into that break. And so everyone, according to his cue, speak. Pyramus, Thisbe lad, stand for.
Odorous, savours, sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
Must I speak now?
Must I speak now?
Aye, now you must, for you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of colour like red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile Aniki, most lovely June, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb, and there we will love and love.
Tomb, man, nigh this tomb. Why, you do not speak that yet, that you answer the Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past, it is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
Oh, fuck! Oh, monstrous! Oh,